Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Don't face that court alone. Let the Wise Man team get you back on the road. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call the Wise Man team at Wise Man Lawyers.
Alright, today I'm at Beenleigh Magistrates Court. Client was charged with a number of offences, one of them being fail to stop or evade police, the other one being repeat drink driving. It was his fifth drink driving, third in 5 years, and as well as repeat disqualified driving. It was his third disqualified driving charge. So I guess in order of seriousness, evade police is quite serious. The Newman government tightened the laws up on evade police or fail to stop. Basically, they changed it so the only options the magistrate has is either a 50 penalty unit fine, so a penalty unit's currently around $130, so a $6,500 fine, or 50 days actual imprisonment. And the law actually states it must be served wholly in a corrective facility, so the magistrate does not have the power to give a wholly suspended sentence or immediate parole or an intensive correction order. It must literally be 50 days in a jail cell. So those are the only options: the $6.5 thereabouts fine or 50 days in actual jail. With regard to the repeat disqualified driving, I see people who are unrepresented or with solicitors that don't specialise going to jail for their second and third disqualified driving. Unlike the evade police, there's no mandatory jail. That's not to say that, again, magistrates don't frequently bin people for their second or third disqualified driving, but it's not mandatory. And unlike the evade police, the magistrate does have the discretion to give imprisonment to be wholly suspended, so it hangs over your head for a period instead of actually going in, or immediate parole, meaning today's technically your first today's technically your first day in jail, but you've been released, and now you've just got to report to parole during the period. So your record shows that you've been to jail, but you never actually set foot in a cell. And there's other variants available for the disqualified driving that aren't available on the evade police charge. With regard to the drink driving, it was his fifth drink driving, third in 5 years, but it was low range. The two previous were one low, one mid, so I'd be overstating it to suggest that he was at high risk of jail for the drink driving, but most certainly for the evade, very high risk. For the repeat disqualified driving, very high risk. So needless to say, my job today was one of avoiding imprisonment. With regard to preparing, I got him to do the course that we get all of our clients to do, got him to get references based on a template we give all of our clients to give to their referees to guide them through who it needs to be addressed to and the key points they've got to cover. But more importantly was the written submissions of case law. There was probably about 10 or 12 cases that I referred to in the submissions on various sort of aspects, because I had to address the evade police and why you shouldn't go in for that, the repeat disqualified driving and why you shouldn't go in for that, etc. It took me quite a bit of time to prepare, but basically a summary of around 12 cases that none of them are entirely on point because most of them have people going to jail, but yeah, I was able to find ones that I was able to present in a way that, in my view, were of the same ilk, if that makes sense. Like some of the cases, for example, we're talking about dangerous driving, and even though dangerous driving isn't the same charge as evade police, in my view, dangerous driving as a act of behaviour is as serious, if not more so, than evading police. So I guess there's a certain amount of how would you say it, analogy or comparison to scenarios. So it's not exactly the same, but when looked at holistically, it's the same type of behaviour, if that makes sense. It was pretty hard work because the prosecutor was pretty keen to have the matter adjourned off, when she realised that I wanted to drill down into the case law. She wanted it adjourned for a lengthy plea. and the magistrate was keen to stand it down until 2 o'clock and keep the client in the cells until then, but I was able to persuade the magistrate not to do that and just deal with it on the spot. Sometimes if you're on a roll, you need to just, instead of firing the cannon all day, just pull the sniper rifle out, one shot and sit down. And I could see where it was going. They wanted to either adjourn it or stand it down with the client in the cell. So I just said, one final comment, Your Honour, bang. And that was what won the magistrate over. So he didn't go to jail. He didn't get any imprisonment of any kind. He got that whopping great fine for the evade police, but there's no way around that. You either pay the $6,500 fine or you go to jail for 50 days, end of story. So, besides, my job's not about saving fines, it's about saving licences or avoiding imprisonment. So, at the end of the day, if you don't want to fine, well, the option is go to jail, and obviously most sensible people don't want to choose that option, but he does have that fine. He did get minor fines for the disqualified driving and the drink driving, but the evade police is a mandatory minimum 2-year disqualification. The disqualified driving is a mandatory 2-year disqualification, and your 6 low or mid in 5 years is a mandatory minimum 6 months disqualification. And because there's alcohol involved, it's all cumulative. So the absolute best case disqualification wise today was 4.5 years. Worst case was obviously going to jail. I got him the 4.5 years, but that said, after 2 years, he can apply to the court to have his licence given back to him early. So anyone who gets disqualifications of 2 years or more after they've done 2 years can apply to get it back early. And I mean, it's not an easy task, but if you haven't broken the law or had any dealings with the police and you've otherwise pulled your head in, you've got good prospects of getting it back early. So even though it's 4.5 years, it may very well be 2 years if he behaves himself over the next 2 years. But ultimately, he did not go to jail, and as you would imagine, that was his greatest concern. Needless to say, he's very happy and relieved. I'm Andrew Wiseman at Beenleigh Magistrates Court. Thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Andrew Wiseman from Wiseman Lawyers, Queensland's only truly dedicated drug, alcohol and traffic offence law firm. If you face loss of licence, loss of vehicle, imprisonment or anything in between at any court in Queensland, we can and will help you today. This is our specialty. This is all we do. Give us a call, 1300 947 352. I look forward to helping you resolve your issue today.
Don't face that court alone. Let the wise man team get you back on the road. Does your license need saving?